when Jesus addressed the Jewish people and said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest," I believe what he's saying is, you have been burdened by your religious teachers with a great deal of baggage, legalistic rules and regulations that really don't matter to God. These are the traditions of the rabbis and so forth. And you have been burdened with a false notion of God, that he cares about all of these little trifles, when in fact the things God cares about are really much easier to live with than that. All you have to do, he says, come to me, I'll give you rest, I'll relieve you, I will disabuse you of these notions of religion that the Pharisees have given you. In learning from me, you will find that you can become gentle and lowly in heart when you become humble and lowly and just walk a lowly life of obedience to God's standards and following Jesus. You'll find it's not all that hard. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. And the reason it's not hard is because when you follow Jesus Christ, you don't do so on your own strength. Once you become a follower of Jesus Christ, you don't just become a follower of a teacher. You become a participant in his life. His Spirit is given to you by God. And when you receive Christ's Spirit, you are capable of living like Christ. And it's much easier than you would think. I say easy. I'm not going to say there's no difficulty in the Christian life. There's a great deal. You might even have to die. But even those great burdens and difficulties that come with the package are lighter to you because you have him to help you carry them. He didn't say, come to me with your burden and I'll give you no burden. He says, take my yoke upon you. A yoke was a burden. A yoke was a bar that goes across the neck of two working animals to pull a plow or a cart or something like that. And it meant that you come under my control. Two oxen that were under a yoke were under the control of the person whose yoke it was. It was a steering device. And Jesus says, take my yoke upon you. Let me steer you. Let me direct you. Get rid of these notions that the Pharisees have burdened you with, and let me direct your life, and learn from me, and you will find rest to your souls. Because my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Now, following Jesus, therefore, is actually much less stressful and much less a burden than being a legalistic religionist. Now, of course, Jesus, I think, was speaking, of course, in the context of a Jewish legalism. But there is the counterpart in the Christian church today. There is Christian legalism. There are burdens that some preachers put on people. They say you have to go to church every Sunday. If you miss, you're in trouble. If you don't submit to your elders, God will be angry at you. If you don't pay your tithes, you'll face financial disaster. If you don't make positive confession, your health will be destroyed. I mean, people put all kinds of rules and regulations on Christians that Jesus never did. And it burdens people. No wonder it drives many people from the church. People have enough burdens in the world without getting more from the church. But following Jesus simply means that you love him, you obey him, you have his assistance day by day, you do what he wants you to do, and you be amazed at the assistance you receive from his Spirit, and how, indeed, following him is a light burden, and it is an easy yoke, as he promised it would be. It certainly beats being religious.